Hello, everyone. It's Scotty T, and it's your Comedy Minute. And I have a fantastic comedian, writer, digital creator, content creator, Todd Montesi. Montesi?
Yeah,
Did I
Montesi.
say it
How's it
right?
going?
Todd Montesi.
You got it. You got it. What's up, dude?
Wonderful. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice meeting you, man. I'm glad we connected through my boy Matt Hagan.
Yeah, well,
Entertainment.
you're an amazing guy. You got a lot of stuff going on. I wrote down a lot of stuff just because you got man, and you've been doing comedy a long time. We got a lot to cover.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm doing a lot of stuff. You just caught me on my editing binge right about now, so I'm finishing up my web series PN and Friends,
Right.
which is
Yeah, no,
very
I'm
cool.
gonna get to it. Let's just go in baby steps because I kind of have a plan for us. I don't know if it'll go through, but we're gonna try it. You're in New York,
Yep. From
born
Brooklyn,
and
born and
raised. Were you
raised.
born and raised in New York?
Yep, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, man. I'm a native New Yorker.
Okay. Take me back to the beginning. When did you know, in other words, when you were small, when did you know that you were going to do, entertainment? You were either going to be in comedy or make movies or make films, do what you were going to do.
Well, I started doing stand up at a young age. I started when I was 17 years old, when I was,
Okay.
I believe, a junior in high school, junior, senior. I forgot.
Okay.
But basically, I always felt like an outsider, and I kind of bonded with comedy, with the outside voices, and speaking truth to power in a funny way. I always thought that was cool, and getting paid for it. I was like, oh, that's great.
Okay.
And I guess what started for me was maybe I don't know, like maybe 6 or 7 years old. I was at like a family party. I think it was my aunt's apartment with her boyfriend. It was like the holidays. I believe it was like a holiday party. I'm in the room by myself. I don't know, because they're all adults and I'm a kid. I don't want to hang
Right.
out with
You're
adults.
right.
And adults want to hang out with a kid during the holidays, at least in a function like that.
Right.
So I'm watching TV. I'm changing the channel. They had cable. I'm watching HBO, right? And I saw this guy, Andrew Dice Clay, right?
Right. Dice
Doing
man.
dirty. He's doing dirty nursery rhymes.
Yeah.
And as a 5 year old, I'm like, wait, you could curse? I didn't know you could make these dirty. What? Why didn't you tell me that? So
Wow.
I ran out into the living room and I was like, guys, folks, you got to see this. You got to see this. They're like, what are you talking about? Right? So they come in rushing in the room. I'm like, watch this guy, right?
Oh no.
The special was over and they're playing Real Sex, right? That show, Real Sex,
Oh
that
no.
everyone
No.
was just like, what? I'm like, no, there was this
You
guy. He
missed
was
it.
doing dirty nursery rhymes. It wasn't wholesome, but more wholesome than this. No, I don't even know what's going on there. What?
This is five, you said?
Yeah, like 5 or 6. Yeah.
Wow.
So definitely that moment, I think that put the inkling of like, oh man, I
Okay.
want to do this. You know?
Well, now besides stand up, and I want to get right into it because your content creation, the videos and stuff you make are absolutely amazing.
Nice,
And you
thanks.
mentioned PN and Friends, the web series, NFT project. Now, again, for people that don't know, Todd, we never met. We've met
Mhm.
about 2 minutes ago. And so I want you to keep in mind you're dealing with a 63-year-old man that has no idea about any of it.
Right. Why does anyone else know anything about
I know,
NFTs?
I
That kind of
actually
find out.
know a non-fundable token or something, right?
Right. So we basically, long story short, like they're like digital collectibles, basically that you could buy with crypto. But the scene, it was so ridiculously stupid that they didn't basically know how to promote themselves. And even when they had like projects, the projects were just like run by idiots that didn't know how to actually sell it to customers, sell it to consumers, sell the
Okay.
brands. So that kind of fizzled out. But what we do is like, so my web series, we incorporated NFTs as part of the story because like the
Okay.
character, there was like a conspiracy on the main character PN, which I play, where
Right.
like someone was stealing his identity, and basically they were making NFTs to like sort of mock him and troll him, and he was trying to figure out what was going on. So we made NFTs in collaboration with the storyline.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, well, not so funny. There was actually a crypto company in real life. I don't know if they're a crypto company. I don't know what they are. They actually tried to steal they stole our PN and Friends brand. They basically tried to jump on our SEO, like as search engine optics,
Yeah.
and like basically like hijacked it. And then like base, and then they when I called them out, I was like, hey, what are you guys doing? They blocked me. They did all this stuff. So I even made fun of it in a show. I actually made fun of it, like, because this is too silly. Like you're basically trying to like steal a dude's web series brand to
Yeah.
like sit on it, just hoping they would make it. Like, thank you for believing in me. And thank you for the faith in me by going, hey, let's sit on this brand and maybe he'll make it. And then we could like it's ridiculous. So it's a lot of that type of stuff though. But
Well,
yeah, we got into
Matt Nagan, who you mentioned, who set this up.
mm,
I always try and say, hey, give me a little something, give me a little tip, something I can, a little singer, a little something I can give him. And he said, well, ask him what PN means. And I said to him that you talked about it because there's one of your episodes is Nagan, please.
yeah, it's coming
And
up.
I said, you talked about it, and I think I know.
Yeah. Well, that's the interesting thing. So in the beginning of the show when we made PN, and you could play it with your mind, like poor Negro or whatever, like that is.
Okay,
It
all
was like
right,
an inside joke between
all
me and
right,
like my comedy friends, where like a lot of dumb stuff happens to me, which you feel like you're cursed, like almost like sitcom. I'd be like, another PN situation.
okay,
And long story short, I was coming home from work, like one of my day job gigs
right.
things. I got jumped and hit by a truck in my neighborhood, right? And right there, I was just
No,
like, this.
wait. Pump the brakes a second, Todd. Which happened first? Did you get jumped or hit by the truck first?
All right, I got jumped, right? It was like the knockout game they were doing, New York City, right? So this kid like did this weird like soft punch on my face, and I turned around, I'm like, what the hell was that, right? And then like his homies were like trying to like crowd on me. I pulled out my box cutter, right? Because I was working at a warehouse that day, right? Totally
Okay.
illegal. And it became like a Mexican standoff because it was just like, okay, this guy's got a box cutter. This freaking teenager's there going like, do I really want to mess with this guy with a box cutter in his hand? So to de-escalate, I was just like, yo, back up, back up. I went backwards, and then when I got off on the sidewalk, a truck hit me, and I was like, I can't win. I can't
I
win.
don't mean to laugh. I
Yeah,
I just saw. Okay, I'm glad I asked how it happened.
yeah.
All
So
right.
that was the birth of PN. While I was injured, that was the first time, like, because I was like doing stand up like almost every night from 17 to like
Okay.
onwards. That was like my first time I had a break from stand up because I was like, I'm injured, I'm
All right.
depressed. What am I gonna do? So,
And that was the birth of PN too.
right, right. I wrote a
I get
pilot.
it.
Yeah, I wrote a pilot about it.
Right.
Being jumped and hit by a truck, and then but it
Right.
but PN sort of like evolved, like the term evolved in different ways because like we incorporate pop culture and technology and what's going on today with like current events. And it's like a mystery. Honestly, in the show, PN's just PN. Like, like DJ, AJ, like
Yeah.
letters
It's
are
just, yeah.
cool,
Right. I get you.
nicknames.
Get you.
It's like the most uncool letters you could put together to make a nickname. Like PN,
Yeah.
like FW. Like imagine a guy with that like type of so that was I've been
AFW.
exactly.
Right.
AFW. Yeah, that was actually the first
Well,
idea.
when you say it evolved, Todd, I mean it is evolved to the tune. And again, I guess I took a second to let you know I'm 63. That like I'm watching, and I watch a lot of stuff. I mean, before someone comes on, I went back and I'm going to throw some stuff at you because I want to get do the research. But like I watched like the latest one, and it's like a person, and then it turns in like AI, and there's shit going on. I have no clue what's going on.
Oh yeah. Well, do you use AI?
What's that?
Do you use AI? Do you use AI when
A
you're
little bit, not too much. Again, majority of what I do is these kind of things and just quick one-liners. And I've done a lot of live shows, but I don't fool with it too much.
right. Well, isn't it kind of strange that like all of a sudden AI is everywhere and everyone's
Oh
using
yeah,
AI and you have to use AI and
yeah,
now like your computer's literally talking to you and people
yeah.
are getting married to like their AI or they're getting into relationships. They're
Yeah,
they're
I've
telling
seen
all
that
their
where kids are, yeah.
It's weird, right? So
Yeah.
so in these final 5 episodes, basically we made a whole story arc about it, how actually PN, the reason that he has all this bad luck and that he is what he is because he was surveillanced by the AI named Al Gore, like the ultimate AI. And
Al Gore.
basically, yeah, yeah, because
Okay.
Al
Yeah,
Gore,
yeah. Al Gore invented the internet.
yeah, exactly. Right, right, right. Little, stuff like that. I'm a
Little
weird guy.
puns. Yeah.
I'm a weird guy. I'm a weird guy. But
Amazing stuff.
right, right. But the thing is, like, I always the reason I did PN, man, is like I did HBO's Crashing. I was in the pilot. I worked with Judd Apatow, you know what I'm saying? And I thought, oh
Right.
great, finally I'm gonna have a break. Maybe I could like do these projects. But here's the thing, man. They're not gonna do the work for you. You gotta do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Absolutely.
industry is
Well,
late.
you've put in a lot of work. I went back there, and so you know, Todd, I'm going to put when this airs, I will include your YouTube link,
Thanks, man.
and because you have, I mean, it goes back what 7, 8 years or whatever. I think you've been doing comedy for 20 years, right?
Mm. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
magical.
I'm going to put all those links, your Instagram, your Facebook, and everything. But I mean, I truly am amazed at. And again, I'm going to throw some zingers out a little bit later. Going back, I went back 10 years and looked at some of your stuff, and to now the stuff you're putting out is absolutely amazing.
Thanks, man. I hope you're entertained. I hope it's like
Oh, I don't know anyone that could look at it that's not entertained.
right, right,
Just
right.
from a visual, I'm enamored by how great your visual effects and everything. Like I say, I can't nearly explain it, but like it's a person and all of a sudden stars and shoots, and I mean it's just amazing. It's really cool.
Yeah, man. I've been heavy into AI, dabbling in AI,
Okay, right.
mixing it with comedy for a minute, man. I
You-
started a comedy troupe called Comedy Bites, that was
Okay.
actually featured in New York Times, where we basically did live shows where we incorporated like AI, like we did a live AI versus humans roast battle, for example.
Oh yeah, I saw some of the clips.
Right, 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 right.
You mentioned TV. We're gonna keep going here a little bit. HBO, Comedy Central, Law and Order SVU, and my personal favorite, Maury.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And if you didn't realize it, I'm an idiot.
Right.
I'm always going to talk about the stupidest stuff.
Oh
So,
yeah.
Maury, what do you mind telling? I mean, screw
Oh
the
man.
HBO and Comedy Central. No, Maury, can you tell me about Maury? I actually had somebody on that was on.
Oh man, you won't believe this. I actually got kicked off the Maury Povich show.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yeah, yeah. Did someone tell you that, or like I don't
No,
know?
no, no. The person I had on told me that it's all made up, and they wanted her
Yeah.
to do something different than what she really was there for. And
Was he a comedian too?
oh yeah, no, it was a girl. It was a
Okay,
woman.
yeah. But no,
I
was
can't
was
remember.
he?
I wish I could remember who it was. I mean, I've done what 250 of these, but yeah,
Mhm.
she had a bad experience with Maury.
Okay, okay. So long story short, okay. Don't cancel me. Don't cancel me. But I was young. I was like I don't know, like in my early 20s or so. So they do a bit where they bring in stand-up comics in Times Square to basically like do comment on what's on the show, you
Right.
know. And apparently, so they had like a segment with like drag queens or something like that. And I was kind of like making fun of it somehow. And then like I remember I was doing like a bit about it, like because they were like, "Hey, do you have anything to say?" They had a group of comedians. I kept on jumping in and going, "Ooh, ooh, ooh!" There's another thing that's tasteless. I got to say, right?
Oh
And
no.
like this old guy, right? This old guy who looks like one of those 1950s, like he's been working there forever.
Right.
Like
Right.
the old, yeah, like the he comes in and goes, you kid, you're out, you're out, get out of here, you're out. I'm like, all right. So that was a proud moment. I got kicked out of Maury for
Okay.
freedom of
Um,
speech,
you
freedom
can
of
you
speech.
take a minute and tell me about HBO, Comedy Central, and the other stuff real quick.
Well, I do like little bits here and there, like
Yeah.
obviously as a performer. But I did have like my biggest credit was the HBO on Crashing when
Okay.
so back in the day when Pete Holmes when he started doing stand up,
Right. Right.
started in Chicago, I believe, and then he moved after 3 years to New York.
Okay.
And like, so I run this thing called the Young Comedy Show, which is like a comedy club network. We still do produce shows all over New York, all
I was
over
gonna.
the
That was gonna be my next question or not. Go ahead. Keep
right,
going.
right.
Just about you
So
do. You produce shows. You do shows.
right, right. I produce
Right.
shows. I've always been like an independent guy,
Right.
basically I would give people their first opportunities. Like usually when
Yeah.
people like have their first book show, usually one of our shows is like the show to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when Pete moved here, he did our show. Oh man, I had a crazy show at like uh near Columbia University. There's this place called the West End. I
Okay.
believe it was like the West End cafe or venue. That is cool, like underground room, like a
Right.
cave type of room. And the big comic, it used to be run by Don Stewart. Don Stewart used to produce shows over there.
Okay.
So it was like they had like a little bit of smelled it. They were smelling up their ass a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So when I came there, I was like, oh, can I produce a show? They're like, yeah, well, we'll give you a chance, but a lot of big people have done here. Whatever. They're closed now.
Right.
Anyway,
Okay.
so they gave me the opportunity. The kid that booked me, the manager kid, was like a 22-year-old Australian dude, right?
Okay.
Who was such a fuck up. And basically, when we did our first show, no one knew we were booked there. So the bouncer was just like trying to kick me out, like, maybe you get it out of here. I'm like, no, I am supposed to produce a comedy
I'm the
show here. Look,
talent. Right.
I
Yeah.
have audience. Look, I have comics. And it was so haphazard. Like they fired the Australian like manager dude mid-show. And I did have a show that night, but it was so awkward because the security guard kept
Okay.
on looking at me like he was gonna beat me up. So every time I'd bring a comic, I'd be like, hey, don't all right. And we had a great show. And
Yeah.
Pete did that show too, I believe. And I had to have a meeting with the owners there, and they were like, I was like, hey, can you give me another chance? I didn't know, what I'm saying? I did a good show, all this and all
Right.
that.
Right.
And they were like, all right, we'll think about it. And then they sent me an email saying, yeah, we were going to go a different way. I'm like,
Well,
all
let's
right.
let's go on to because the reason I'm bringing this up because I went through your Facebook beyond your YouTube and everything. My buddy Helene Witt
Yeah,
was a judge at one of your recent shows,
right, right,
and I
right.
also saw Stacy Pressman. I saw Patrick Golden in one
Mhm.
of your videos,
Mhm.
and I just thought it was really cool that that, like for Helene to be a judge, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I have a comedy show called the Uncomedy House Party, which is our competition show. We started.
Take your time, Todd. Tell everybody about it and where it's at and how often it goes and everything.
Yeah, right now we do shows at 1 and 176 East First Street in
Okay.
NYC, and it's gonna come to you soon, man. It's gonna come all over. We're gonna spread it. We're gonna spread it all over. And basically, we started the show during the pandemic because we couldn't do live shows. I didn't want to just do like a regular Zoom comedy show because they suck, right? I wanted to have like a fun show. So what I did was I devised a thing where like we'd have 9 judges, audience members, and then we'd
Yeah.
have 4 comedians compete against each other in 3 rounds. And basically, that spawned into like a really fun show. Like the
Okay.
comedian that won the show would then come back the following week to defend their title, but they can't repeat material from their
Oh,
winnings.
okay. New
So to see
material.
like
Right.
how far you could last, right?
Okay.
So after the pandemic, things opened up. I changed it to like a 5 panel judge, uh,
Okay. Right.
and like we're looking, and basically it's a really fun show, man. It's we had a guy named
Wonderful.
Joe. Yeah, we
Wonderful.
have yeah, we have a guy named Joe Cravella who just recently broke Usama Sadiq's run. Usama Sadiq had like 6 wins in a row during the
Okay.
pandemic. This new guy, Joe Cravella, very funny. You got to interview him. 7 in a
Okay.
row.
Well,
Hilarious.
you tell him and get him on for me. I'll have him on.
Sure, sure,
Matt
sure.
said to get you, I got you. So now you tell me to get. That's how it works.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's how. That's believe it or not. That's how I got George Wallace.
Oh, nice,
That's how
nice,
I got. If you didn't look, I mean, all the comedians. One. I had Jan Karam. Jan Karam got me Brian Kiley. Brian Kiley got me. That's how it works.
nice, man, nice, man. I'm
Well,
sure that was great.
again, I'm an asshole, but people tend to like me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I'm not questioning. I just keep going.
Yeah, man. Hey, man,
So
being a
yeah, your
fan of
buddy, I will have him on, but I just want to make sure that we cover beyond that show because I saw that plastered all over Facebook. Do you
mm,
do other shows? Do you produce other shows, or that's your main baby?
I produce other shows too. We have a Friday, Saturday, weekend shows in the East Village
Okay.
at 1 and 1. We also have a
Yeah.
Sunday Bushwick show. Like it's a workout room where
Do
comics get to
you
work out.
enjoy doing? Because I've had again 250 of these. I've had people on that produce shows, And there's one particular that she said she enjoys producing more than actually getting up and performing. Yet I've had others that they don't like to produce as much. They'd sooner get up and perform.
Right. I
What?
mean, I'll tell you this, man. I am burnt out from like producing shows, like personally. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's it like at this, and this is another reason why I'm putting all my eggs on PN, because like if this doesn't hit, like because we're doing some weird like out there unique stuff. Like I don't know, I don't know, because like I've been doing this for a long time. I'm an independent type of guy.
yeah.
I'm more into positivity, man. I'm not. I'm really tired of like the internet and all the negativity out there. You know,
Absolutely. Me
want to,
too.
at the end of the day, man, like as a creative, I just want to make people happy and
Uh,
show show the positivity in life and show the magic of life.
Todd,
And that's,
you're preaching the converted. I'm 63, and all I'm trying to do is bring joy to people's lives.
I get it. Yeah, it's
I
and
got I got fired from my job, and I started your comedy minute, and I thought if I can bring joy to one person each day, I'm doing something.
right.
And now I've amassed like 30,000 followers between everything, and I'm just happy, you know.
Congrats, man. That's what it's all
You know,
about.
and I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm like you. I like the term creative. You're a creative, and I like to think I am too. Because
Smart.
just like your PN thing, your comedy minute has evolved.
Yeah, yeah. I can
I
tell,
had
man.
to.
Yeah.
I thought I was such an egomaniac. I thought that, oh, I'll get on there, people will love me. And then I realized I better get some other people to help me. They
Right,
don't
right,
like me that much.
right, man. Hey, man, you just got
Comedians,
to find your story and
well,
just
whatever,
pursue
and
it.
I think with you and I have the right approach where let's bring joy to people's lives, and hopefully the good things happen to good people.
Mhm.
Comedians that inspired you when you were younger, and comedians that you like today.
Andrew Dice Clay,
Yeah.
obviously. He's one of my top fives. Carlin,
I
Lenny
had, I had a
Bruce.
conversation with George Carlin, believe it or not.
Oh wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow! Lucky you, man.
I met Rodney Dangerfield. Like I told you, I'm 63. I've been around a little bit.
Mhm.
So go
Yeah,
ahead.
you're
I'm
lucky,
sorry,
man.
George Carlin. Keep going.
Lenny Bruce. Did you meet
Yep.
Lenny Bruce?
No, no, fuck you.
2 years old.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, my mom and dad took me to a Lenny Bruce show. You asshole. Go ahead.
You
Keep
never know.
going.
You never know. What else? Carlin, Bruce, Sam Kinison.
Yeah, sure.
I did I say prior? And
No,
yeah,
that's good. That's good.
yeah.
What
So those
about
those are
you?
fun.
Can That's good. And what about comedians now? Are there comedians now that float your boat?
I mean it's kind of hard to ask that because it's like if you're in the NBA, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
trying to play at a higher level, you're not, it's hard to like go, oh, that guy's doing great. You get what I'm
No,
saying?
I
Because
just
it's such a
mean, in other words, there's comedians that I like, not a lot of them, but they trip my trigger. They make me laugh, but there's a lot that don't. There's so many damn comedians out there now, and a lot of them don't do anything for me.
Mhm.
I put on a lot of specials, and I get about 5 minutes in, I'm like, nah, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I, I'll tell you this though, like, and this is very obscure because he's more of a writer now. But Nick Albano, who's been one of my
Okay.
comedy best
Yeah.
friends for like ever,
Okay.
he's so hilarious, and it's like
Yeah.
he's the type of guy that like never runs out of material, but he
Yeah.
hates performing on stage. He's
Yeah.
that type of like
Yeah.
savant, like
Right.
Larry David. Like he's amazing. And
Okay.
every time, even hanging out with him, he's just like hilarious. I saw him about last week at the memorial
Right.
for Rob Shapiro. And
Okay.
boy, so but I've known him since I started. He helps me out with PN as well. He's like a
Okay.
great. So I like brilliant comedic minds. And you know what? I unfortunately they're not. I mean, Rob passed away, but Rick Shapiro at his peak when he was like
Okay.
healthy and going out there, it's amazing. He's like they were both like the second coming of like Lenny Bruce. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
With
Yeah.
with a little bit of like Robin Williams with that improv, except like almost like rated R. You
Well,
know?
it's funny what I'm finding again, doing this now 5.5 years or so, that what one person really likes, like and you probably know Lewis Black.
Mhm.
Fuck, I love Lou, but yet to somebody else, Lou's just an obnoxious old dude.
Right.
And comedy's real. People, what trips, one person likes it, another person may not.
Mhm.
I think that's what's funny about comedy.
Yeah, yeah. It's not. I mean, it's universal, but not really. You know,
Yeah.
it's like the dichotomy of it. You know.
Do you have um now I lost my train of thought. Oh, you've been doing comedy, like I said, I think over 20 years. Do you have advice for somebody that's maybe like a youngster, say like you, 17, 18, that wants to get into it? Do you have any advice for somebody just starting out?
Yeah, just keep on creating content. Like, don't even start doing stand up. Just like use your phone, take out your phone, make content, and share it with your friends, and maybe have your friends be a part of it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, create content, create your own platform and lane. Because when people come see you do shows, they want to see you as like, oh, I saw him on TV, I saw him on this and that. You know,
Okay.
I mean, the traditional. I mean, it's been like that for a minute now. Even like late night talk shows are rapidly disappearing now. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's the way it is. Well, I mean, whatever it is, though, I mean, it's an old platform now. Like
Yeah, no, no,
the
you're
new
right.
talk
You're
show,
right.
the new talk shows like streamers. Like streamers are like the big thing now. So if you're a
Yeah.
kid, you're probably trying to stream. You're
Yeah.
trying to be the next Kai Cenat instead of like
Yeah.
Johnny Carson.
Johnny
That's the way
Carson.
it
Yeah.
is.
Good point.
It's
Good point.
2025. Yeah.
I apologize. I'm showing my age now. Um, this is one. This is one. I'm not sure. Are you still scared of vegetables?
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Yeah.
I
So
think it was carrots, wasn't it? Was it carrots?
yeah. That was a funny scene, man. Yeah. So the last episode of PN is falling victim to all the conspiracy theories. He's a vegan, but now he's just like, oh wait, were vegetables trying to kill me all along? So he gets scared about carrots, ruining his
Okay.
testosterone and stuff.
I want to make sure, Todd. We obviously the PN project or the PN thing is your number one. PN and Friends.
Mm,
That's the number one thing. Make sure we cover everything. And again, I'll put all the links, and then we're going to do your comedy minute.
thank you.
No, no. Make anything you want to tell them. Again, your show's coming up. Anything you got?
All
I
right,
want to make sure we covered it.
so PN and Friends will be the final season will premiere in Halloween on what was Halloween like 8/31
Okay,
October
I thought one
31st.
was to premiere on September 26th.
We had to bump it because
Okay,
like the editing with the AI is taking a little longer than I
okay,
thought because I'm actually directing the AI like in some parts
okay,
for my edit and it's taking longer a little bit.
okay.
So, I know part of me is being I'm a perfectionist too in a weird way where
Yeah,
I have
no,
to
I
like
get it. I get
get
it.
it, because hey, if this is my last will and testament, at least I'd have people going, wow, this guy, even though I never heard of him, this guy did that. Amazing, Like you
Yeah,
want to leave that like,
as
hey,
long
fuck
as you're
you.
happy with it, that's what matters.
Yeah. But to make it white for, I mean, like for everybody too.
Oh yeah, I get it. I get it. My name's on the door
Yeah,
on your comedy minute. Each
right.
one of these is important. No, I mean, you know what I mean. Each one of these is important to me. I don't
Yeah.
care if you've been doing comedy for 20 years or you're someone just starting out.
Hey man, like it's like old adage, right? 98% of it is just showing up.